Oh, hello.
Hi.
Oh, hi there.
Hello. Who are you saying hi to? Me or the audience?
Like both.
Okay.
Like I was side-eyeing you, so I hoped you would like clue in that I was saying it to you, but also them. But also it's Monday, and also, how many times could I say also before you realize
Somebody
I'm
do a count,
sleep
please.
deprived?
There you go. Welcome to How to Not. This is a podcast where we listen or we read. We don't listen.
We read.
Man, if there was an audiobook version of WikiHow, it'd be so much
I
easier.
would be so into that. We wouldn't be necessary.
I guess we are. This is our new tagline: the official audiobook of WikiHow. That makes sense, right?
It does. It's actually good.
How to Not. This is a podcast where we read WikiHow articles about how to do normal, everyday human things in order to live normal human lives. My name is Rob Moden.
And I'm Caitlin Alexander.
And so today we have an article. I haven't seen it. You told me the headline and said, let's go.
It's called How to Hug, and it was submitted on Twitter by Shauna Merrill.
There you go.
And I'm very excited to delve into this. Just for your knowledge, 88% of readers found this helpful.
Okay.
167 people co-authored this.
Okay, so
And there's a review that's highlighted at the side.
you're
that
putting a
just
finger up.
says,
You're making sure you get
now
the
I
same.
understand why my friend says I must learn to hug her properly.
Well, there's many layers to that. Oh boy. Going back to the numbers, so 167 people
Co-authored it.
co-authored it. They all put in their perspective of hugging. So
They did.
It's
Rife.
It's a statistically
hugs.
rife hug that you're going to get out of this.
Yeah.
It's a large sample pool.
Exactly.
88 people, 80%.
Yeah.
So if you put 100 people in a room,
88 of those.
people will know how to hug each other,
Yeah.
I guess?
Yeah, then the rest 12 just don't like being touched.
And that's who's reading the article today for this podcast.
Yes.
Yep. High five.
Nice.
We're too far away from each other to do that.
So I'm just going to go ahead and read you the synopsis of
Sure.
this. Hugs are a great way to express affection. Hugging shows that you care about a person and that you support that person through good times and bad. However, you want to hug your crush on or your lover differently than you hug a friend or family member. Read on for some tips on the best way to hug the people that you care about.
Okay.
Also, this is a first. If you had seen this article, you would have been mesmerized by the fact that there seem to be GIFs of real people demonstrating different styles of hugs, and it is uncomfortable.
So hold on. WikiHow has the ability to put GIFs in articles now?
Apparently.
Okay.
Look at that.
Are they now? Ooh.
I'm sure it's really uncomfortable.
So maybe once we get to that section, we can get into. Is that the next section?
It's hugging a crush is the first section.
Okay. So I think we should describe these GIFs. So that first one, there is a very large swing of both arms simultaneously,
as far sideways and upwards as you
you
possibly can,
as if you are praising the Lord or the sun, one of the two.
And then you just swing those arms violently around.
Swing them forward.
Yep.
As if to clasp your beloved. And just get in there. So once again, arms down at the side, swing
them
up, praise the Lord, clasp. A big old swing. It's like a big old. It's like one of those. Do you ever see in like arcades or casinos where there's like these hands that will come and like you try and like pull
like
the coins towards you.
Yeah,
so
I lost so much money on those.
So you get the jackpot. Why would you play those?
I don't know. You put enough liquor in me at a casino, I'll play anything.
But it's like if your hand. You imagine the hand in those games that like go forward with a big ol' swing and then pull
exactly
back.
That feeling.
It's that, but like your hands go forward to clasp the person's back and kind of pull them towards you.
The way Rob has angled this discussion because of the
Should we do
fact
GIFs
we have,
on Twitter?
Because we have podcast mics, he looks like he's aiming for the back of someone's neck with his hands, and it's very uncomfortable.
The mic being my beloved's neck?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Understood.
So hugging a crush is the first step. Approach your crush carefully. Smile and say some caring words or compliments. Make sure that he or she is expecting a hug, or they. It can be awkward if you come up and hug someone out of the blue, especially in the city. Hugs often happen... Yeah.
All right.
Hugs often happen at celebratory events like birthday parties, graduations, or when two people are reunited after a long absence. That may be the time to hug someone.
Was that part of the writing, or was that you?
That was part of the writing.
That may be the time to hug someone. So obviously my biggest reaction was city hugs, country hugs.
City.
City
Country
Mouse and
people
country
huggers more than city people?
If you go back and watch City Mouse and Country Mouse, the beloved, maybe Canada only cartoon
probably
show.
only.
But those mice hug differently. They got the details right in that show.
Yeah.
So in the city,
we don't hug. We
Not
just
really.
nod uncomfortably at one another.
from about 15 feet away from each other. That
if
is what you call a city hug.
If you breathe on somebody else in the city, it is considered a huge offense, and
is-
you may be arrested.
It is daringly intimate to breathe on somebody, even accidentally, on our transit system.
Yeah.
Wildly over budget because every subway car can only has a maximum occupancy of one person. Otherwise, everyone just freaks out.
You just see a lot of people standing at the sidewalk, just waiting for their single person tram to come along.
The one tram, sometimes a bus, but even the bus, it's smaller than a tram. You have to be desperate to get onto
because
an
then
empty bus.
you're sharing that airspace with that driver, and that is
Exactly.
intimate.
It is. Now, we have a whole Ontario leadership election coming up. One of the key issues.
Yes.
Now, does everyone have a 30 or 45 foot what's the name for when you tell somebody legally they can't be near
Radius?
you? Legally they
Birth?
can't be near you. When you sue somebody to say that you can't come near me anymore.
Isn't that a restraining order?
Yes, a restraining order for everyone. Everyone gets a restraining order on everyone
Citywide
else.
restraining order.
On everybody else.
Perfect.
That's why we keep building vertically. We just got to get higher and higher.
We're just escaping the restraining orders.
So in the country, the hugs much longer. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's you do a hug, but you
Just embrace.
it's about 12 minutes long.
It's like a 12-minute long hug.
It's why the country life is so slow.
It's also why they have to abbreviate most of their words.
They got to save time.
Because they got to save time for those sweet, sweet hugs. Mm-hmm. So the second step to hugging your crush. Lean forward and put your two arms around your crush. This is literally like explaining how to hug to somebody and it's messing me up.
Okay.
Put your two arms around your crush, pressing the person you are hugging warmly against you. And then it says, lucky you. I'm not kidding. And it's weirdly gendered for no reason.
Okay.
If you are a man, her arms should be around your neck, and you should be embracing her around the waist. Keep her in that position for no more than a couple seconds, and let go as soon as she does. Look her in the eyes when you separate and continue the conversation naturally. If you are a woman, put your hands behind his neck and press your chest lightly against his chest. Let go as soon as he does. Do not linger, or you will seem desperate.
Put your hands behind his neck?
Neck.
Okay, so
The hands... I don't hug human men very often. So wait, are you non-bi? If you exist in the genderless void, do you not get hugs?
well, I think this is like it's weird because obviously they're going for an average between a city hug and a country hug. It's what people would consider a normal hug. They aren't explaining. Well, okay, so I guess for a non-binary person.
Yeah.
So did it say anything about the hands for men?
The hands
Around the waist,
are
was it?
around the waist,
Yep.
and if you're a woman, your
Yep.
hands are on
The
the
neck.
neck.
So
So
I
a
think-
non-binary person's on the shoulders.
Around the
Just
shoulder or
under
in the pits?
armpits.
I think
we have
in
to
the
hug.
pits.
If you've ever been hugged by a non-binary person, you know because we hug you right in the pits.
Well, that's a signal that you use in order to let people know how they should.
It's how I say my pronouns to people. Instead of saying I go by they them, I just hug them right under the armpits.
and they should understand that.
They should get it.
Why don't they?
God.
It's weird. If only this world was more progressive. But then the hands behind the neck is a very middle school dance move.
It is. I would, if somebody hugged me and they put their hand behind my neck, I would be instantly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'd like,
Or really swept away in Staircase to Heaven. One of the two, right?
One of the two.
Oh man, when I was in like what grade was it? It must have been like 10th grade.
Yeah.
I was too old to not know that Stairway to Heaven was like an 8-minute song.
Oh my god.
I asked a crush. Not only I asked a crush to dance to Stairway to Heaven, but it was the second time I asked her to dance that night, which in middle school is like
That's a big deal.
it's a big to ask twice because everyone knows what's up at that point. But everyone knew that it was an 8-minute song except for me. So, I guess what I'm saying is if you don't know your rock and roll, then you're going to look like a real square.
Oh my god.
It was awkward.
That's really uncomfortable.
Now, obviously, since then, I've practiced by putting. Wait, no, I'm not the woman, but for practice, I guess I just put my hands behind everyone's neck daily. Just
to feel that.
I say hi to somebody. I do a handshake with one hand and the hand behind the neck with the other.
Tap the back of the neck. With
Tap the neck, little neck tap, double tap,
Amazing.
double tap.
Amazing. So method 2 is hugging a friend. This one's weird because the first step is go up to your friend.
This one's weird. Okay.
Give your friend a genuine smile. That's the first step to hugging a friend.
Okay.
So you have to be smiling. That wide, genuine.
A Joker-like smile
Yes.
at all times while hugging. That's
Yes.
not creepy at all.
Not
It
at
is
all.
Approachable and
It is
normal.
nice.
Nice.
Nice. Step 2, embrace your friend.
Okay.
Girls,
Yep.
close your eyes and think about how much you love your friend when hugging. Press as much as you feel like without squishing your friend. Do not clap the person you're hugging on the shoulders. Some girls think you don't like them if you do it that way.
Some people don't. Something that you don't like them if you don't do what?
If you do, some people think you don't like them if you tap them on the shoulders. So girls will think you don't like them.
Okay, so girls
if you're
can't
a
tap on the
friend.
shoulders, which I'm thinking in advance is probably going to say is a very guy thing. So hold on. It says
Close your eyes and think
just
about how much you love your friend. Hey, WikiHow, that's gay. Hey, WikiHow, are you talking about gal pals or are you talking about friends? Because I feel like you're from the same article writers as Kristen Bell's or Kristen. No, damn it.
I can't help you because you're going into some very specific part of the gay subculture that I don't know.
This is written by the same people that
Gotcha.
write those
Okay.
articles about Kristen Stewart, where it's like Kristen Stewart is holding hands with her gal pal, and you're like,
Okay, so it's
they're
like
girlfriends, they're dating. Why or what?
so there's a whole subculture of like they don't want to call it gay or they
So
just
they call it
genuinely don't know.
gal pals.
Okay.
Or like,
I'm genuinely learning
no,
this
this
for the
is
first
a real
time.
thing.
Gal pal
like,
is
gal pal
code.
is a joke because it'll
Okay.
be like you'll see two openly queer women like holding hands in a newspaper. It'll be like, it's so nice she's holding hands with her friends. Aren't friends great? And
You're gently for listeners. That sound was Caitlin gently sarcastic
slapping
myself
myself
in
on the face. Just
So as
Yeah.
I understand it, hold on. Did Gal Pal start with newspapers just genuinely starting
I think
that?
Gal Pal actually genuinely started out of somebody writing an article about Kristen Stewart holding her girlfriend's hand.
And now it's an in-joke
And now
among
it's an
the gay
in-joke.
community?
We'll be like, oh yeah, they're gal pals. And it's just like, they're very gay
Okay.
for each other.
Okay. Because it's weird to just go like, you should close your eyes and just imagine
Just
how good this
think
hug
of
is. Do the
how
hug.
much you love your friend
Just
while you're
do the
holding closing your eyes. I'm like, that's gay. That's pretty gay.
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
Yes.
this is for you, Rob.
Thank you.
Embrace strongly and clap each other on the top of your backs.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having an emotional moment, hold the hug for a brief moment and do not clap each other's backs.
Clap each other's pecs?
Backs.
Wait, don't do that.
No, you have to.
Oh, do that.
Unless you're having an emotional moment and
Am
then
I?
you cannot do that.
Am I listening very poorly, or is there like a lot of double negatives or something?
There's
in
a
this
lot
art?
of double negatives.
Okay, so grasp a person.
Yeah.
Does it say anything about that awkward like half handshake, half like fist clasp?
It doesn't, no.
That is a
it
thing.
does show you
There's
there's a gif
okay,
of
here we
it,
go.
which should
It's very soft and much just only much softer in contrast to that description. So
Yeah.
it's two men. So each of their
it's very soft.
right hands go around the back of the waist. Their left hands go over the shoulder and do about 3 gentle taps on the back. And then you hold it for seemingly forever.
too long.
Seemingly forever.
Seemingly forever.
Okay.
So if we're going on like that's a girls and guys rule. My genderless void friends.
Yes.
So we can't think about how much we love the other person.
But you do have to close your eyes.
But we do have to close our eyes and we can't clap each other's backs. So I propose we slap each other's butts.
Okay.
And then just think about how we'd rather be doing literally anything else.
So if you're visualizing it, if it's 2 non-binary people,
yeah.
it would be 2 people who approach each other, eyes closed, and they're both with both hands just gently tapping on the
gently
butt.
tap the butt.
The buttocks.
The buttocks, and then just slowly walk away from each other, relishing that experience for the fact that it's over.
And just go home and then think about how much you enjoy.
Exactly. It's more of
touching
a
the butts
delayed
of-
process.
Yes. Okay. I wonder if the hands would at all get in the way a non-binary person and a woman, a non-binary person and a man.
Oh, okay.
Because the arms are just starting to intersect in weird ways.
So I think like if you're non-binary and you're hugging either a guy or a girl, you adjust one of your hands to fit the stereotypical hug that they would be used to having, and the other still goes for the butt. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a firm cup and like a
cup and pat.
A cup and pat.
A cup and pat. Gotcha. Hashtag cup and pat.
Hashtag cup and pat.
And if it's with a woman,
you just close your eyes.
I already forgot. Both way. You close the eyes and you give it a little squeeze, just a little bit. Go,
but you ask for consent first.
Yes,
obviously.
Well, I think that should go before this entire article.
Hey, friend who is a girl, may I give you a non-binary hug? And she goes, yes, you may. I would enjoy if you gave me a non-binary hug.
I definitely know what that is.
That it is me going to go hug and grab the butt.
Because they know that you're a non-binary person because you have previously stuck your hands in their armpits.
And they were like, yes, I know exactly what I'm in here for.
This is a very educational podcast. I'm glad we're getting across. I'm glad we're making sure people know these things. Because it's an ignorance.
It is.
That leads to a lack of progression in society.
Okay, so hugging a lover is different than hugging a crush, and that's our third step.
Okay.
Approach your lover and put your hand on his or her shoulders. The experience is just as romantic, no matter who initiates the hug. I think we've all seen this move.
Okay, so that is the middle school dance.
That is the middle school dance.
But wait, didn't it say both people put arms on the shoulders?
Yeah, it didn't specify who did what, but in my imagining of what I read was both people just put their arms on each other's shoulders and stand very far apart.
The GIF wasn't that, though. The GIF was the traditional, like, women put their arms up over the shoulders around the neck, and the guy is putting his arms around the waist.
Yeah.
So, already, WikiHow... How many authors on this article?
100 and something.
And they all fucked up.
All
of them.
WikiHow tried to get fancy and put some moving images in there, and they just did not read what was being written.
I don't know if I've ever, like, end of a day, like, hi, hugged my girlfriend by putting my arms over the shoulders, which is what the text is implicating.
I mean, I've never had that experience because I've always had to hug, from below. With the butt. Mm-hmm. So
I should also clarify that I've never had that experience because I've never experienced love. Honey, if you're listening, you know that's a joke. Kaylin is dying.
I'm sorry, I just actually collapsed a little bit from laughing. That was not expected.
Next part.
Look your lover in the eyes and say, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, tell him or her how much you care about and how much you love spending every second together.
Every second?
Every second.
No free time?
No free time.
Does it say anything about how often you hug? Oh, you found something.
Sorry. The next GIF.
Yep.
I leave you to you could just describe what the fuck I'm looking at.
What the fuck? Okay. All right, I'm going to explain. So we join our couple where we previously left them.
Middle school dance style.
Middle school dance style. Girls' arms around the neck, guys' arms around the waist. And then they do... It almost looks like he's going in for a kiss and she's leaning away. Or that's one funny way to think of it. Or he's
dipping her in a very strange manner.
Dipping her back and to her right. Back and to her right.
Yes.
It is like they are reenacting the JFK assassination. It is.
That's a sign of a good hug.
That's how hugs were definitely just better after the 60s because everyone suddenly had a reference point for how you should hug somebody. It. Pull the JFK assassination. That's what you do.
Awful.
What? Too soon?
Too soon? Question mark. So that gift describes fall into each other. Hug the person. They're not. They're
falling in the same direction.
They're further apart than any other couple has been while hugging.
They stay at the end. By the end, they still have enough room for Jesus between them.
I'm going to tell you what it says guys should do.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me how many men read this article and are now part of the wrong side of the Me Too.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Males. Carefully sliding both your hands down from her shoulders, put them on her waist and slide them around her lower back. Put your head on her shoulder and press her towards you for as long as you like. If you want to, you can give her a small massage with your hands and try to warm her. You can also lift her in the air and shift her weight towards you. Girls especially love this one. When you separate, you can look into your lover's eyes, smile genuinely, and, if the situation is fitting, kiss her like you mean it.
Okay, so many things to go through.
Rob.
So many things to go through. So many things to go through. All right.
So much to unpack.
So first, the text is still off sync from the gifts because it believes that the men's arms are up at the shoulders for some reason. For some reason. So they move down to the waist.
Yes.
You immediately start massaging their lower back.
Which is if anybody started doing that to me, it'd be like, no.
I'm just like
doing it in
I'm
the air and
miming
I'm
it in the air, and it is.
It's weird.
It's very weird.
I don't like it.
So I'm just massaging the small of her back.
Yes.
And then what was next? And then, but also lift her up.
You lift her in the air and shift her weight towards you.
So I lift her up. So now my face and her stomach are about even.
Yeah, and you're still
because I've lifted her straight in the
back.
air. I'm still massaging her back. That is how much strength I have in my fingers. That my fingers are essentially massaging her, but also holding her up in her entirety.
If you can't, you're not
and then
suited.
Pull her in. So my face is now just buried in her stomach.
Yeah.
And I can't see anything.
Smile genuinely.
I'm smiling. Into her stomach.
If I saw somebody doing this in public, I'd be like, are you okay?
I'm smiling into her stomach, and then I kiss her.
Kiss her like you mean it.
And
I'll tell you something, Rob.
Little kisses on the
Girl's
stomach.
gonna be real offended if she ain't pregnant. You're kissing her stomach.
I'm just kissing where the future baby we're going to make will be. Letting the stomach build up those kisses.
Oh my god.
Build up a reservoir of kisses.
Okay. Alternatively, females.
Yep.
Extend your arms toward him and wrap them around his neck and shoulders. Lean as close as possible and press your torso against his. In situations of extreme intimacy, interlocking your leg in his is appropriate. Avoid holding your arms below his shoulders.
Are you trying to hug, or are you like doing a wrestling takedown?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry, can you restart just the section just real quick, because I've already lost everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire bit.
Just the girls part.
Okay.
The females, sorry. It's written like somebody on Reddit wrote it, so females.
In situations of extreme intimacy, interlocking your leg in his is appropriate.
Okay.
Avoid holding your arms below his shoulders and embracing too tightly, even if you are the same height as he is.
Women, you could be hurting the man. If there's anything we know, it's that men should be pushing their fingers into her and lifting her up without asking her first, and then smushing her stomach on your face. And that women, please hold back. Can you please
just calm down?
Just women? Females? Females. Come on. Females, it hurts. It hurts. Females. It hurts.
I can't. So, okay, the non-binary version of this.
Oh, yeah.
So we have the shoulders.
So it needs to incorporate a lean, or was that 2 steps ago? I can't even remember anymore. Oh, hold on. A lift, a massage,
okay,
and the leg locks.
Yeah, I got this. We lift from the armpits and we massage the back of the armpit.
With the legs.
So
the leg is reaching around, and you just rub the leg up and down the entire torso.
It's actually just a very, very intimate yoga position.
Mm-hmm.
Which explains why I don't hug people very often, because I have no flexibility.
Yoga was started by non-binary huggers.
This is true. That's
hundreds of years ago.
Okay, the last method. Mm-hmm. Hugging a family member.
Okay.
Walk over to your family member.
So hold on. How far away did we start from the other people?
Away.
Okay.
Approach your family member with kind feelings.
Approach them with kind feelings.
Obviously, the feelings won't be the same as what you'd feel with a crush, a lover, or a close friend, unless you and your family members are also friends. Embrace your family member. Right. Continuing to talk while hugging is okay. Where you place your hands is not important, because the person you're hugging won't think it over too much. Press gently. You don't necessarily have to have hard contact. Stroke your hands quickly across the top of the other person's back. Smile while you let go. I didn't think that describing hugs in text form as if you've never had a hug before would be so creepy, but it is endlessly terrifying.
So imagine this is a guide for some aliens that come down, and they are like, how do humans interact with each other? Well, all right, so 2 bodies approach each other.
Yes.
They're smiling like
heathens.
Like heathens?
Yeah.
They're smiling like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just get all your smiles out.
Yeah.
Just like, hi. Hello. Would you like to put your body against mine?
And they go, yes.
There's just an interchange of arms in seemingly any direction,
it doesn't
resting
matter.
on almost any body part.
Yeah.
There are sometimes legs involved. Sometimes there are dramatic maneuvers such as lifts,
Massages. You know.
leg sweeps.
Yeah. Leg sweeps are important.
Just take them out.
Yeah.
Take out their foundation
I honestly,
to show love.
I can't. Okay, and then there's tips that apply to any kind of hug.
Gotcha.
Hug only when the person you want to extends his or her arms. If the person doesn't look like he or she is preparing to hug you, then you may want to back off. Consent. That's important. Should have been at the beginning of this article, but let's move on.
But also it's defining consent as only somebody who is standing there with two arms out, act ready to accept you.
That's fair. I've never gone to hug somebody and they've had their two arms extended so far out.
Even if I have asked and
It's
confirmed that I want to hug
a
someone.
Slight raise of the arm.
Yeah, even if you ask someone, "Hey, can we hug? Do you want to hug?" They're like, "Yeah." Usually they might be sad and they just have their arms to their side. Nobody, no matter what mood they are in, then you're right. Extend the arms.
Here comes my arms.
Here comes.
I would like to hug.
Here comes
now.
hug. It is a very toddler move of like.
It is.
Of like, come here,
Come here, give me a hug.
Or a mom, yeah. Maybe moms. Moms are maybe the
True.
only ones I've seen who have just like lifted out their arms.
It's true.
Waiting for you to come and
It's
fill the
very
space
true.
between them.
Yeah, moms are the exception. Be welcoming when you hug. If either of you requested the hug, then make the person you're hugging feel safe. Act as though the two of you are the only people who matter at this moment. That is a creepy
nice.
sentence.
It's almost nice.
No.
It's almost nice.
No.
It's almost nice. No one in the world matters except you.
See, that's why it's creepy.
No one in the world matters except you. Yum, 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 yum. Let me kiss your stomach.
Let me grab your armpits.
Lift you by the armpits and kiss your stomach.
Oh,
This is a new laugh. A
that
little
laugh
giggle.
was a lot.
A little
Okay.
giggle.
Avoid hugging the person too tightly. The best way to judge how tightly or loosely to hug is to let whomever you're hugging indicate what they want by how hard they squeeze. If they are soft, be soft back. If they like bear hugs and squeeze tightly, hug back the same way. What if neither of you puts any effort into the hug and you're just kind of standing there like limp fishes?
Maybe, what if both of you don't want to play whatever hopscotch game was just described there?
You're just like...
Put your left hand in and put your left hand out.
Put your left hand in and then you
Shake it all about. You extend and then you unextend and you extend back again, and that's how you play the hugs.
And that's how you play the hugs. Oh, shit.
Caitlin's very tired today.
I am. Hold the hug for a moment before letting go. A hug is a powerful way to communicate that you care for another person, and it can feel great to improve the other person's mood. Ending the hug too early can make both of you feel awkward.
Is the next tip about how long? How long is too long for hugs? Okay, good.
Know when to give a long, loving hug, especially if the person is feeling upset or down. If you feel comfortable, go along with it and hug until the other person lets go or loosens his or her hold. I would like you to know that is the end of this article.
Okay, so these last two tips that end the entire article are both don't end it too soon, I think.
Yeah.
And hold on as long as you want.
Yeah.
So if two people, let's go back to the 88%.
Yeah.
100 people in a room.
Yeah.
88 people have approved of this article. They have both been given the instructions, do not end this hug. Essentially, do not end this hug.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you put 100 people in a room, 88 people are trapped forever because they will never relinquish. It's like a power handshake. You never let go first.
Let go.
Donald Trump, this might be how to just distract
That's how
Donald
you
Trump.
defeat him.
Yeah, how to defeat him. A little more dramatic language than I was going with. But like, you want Donald Trump just wrapped up in something and he can't actually, destroy the world.
Just
bring him into a hug because I'm sure I'm sure he's reading WikiHow articles
I'm definitely sure.
how to be president, how to govern. Well, no, govern's an advanced word for him, I think.
Yeah.
So those 88 people are never going to see the light of day again.
Yeah.
12 people get out of that room.
And they're just like...
They're a little antisocial, but they are able to have a second lease on life.
So our friend Shauna, who brought up this article, has also brought up their favorite WikiHow community question for us.
Okay.
Which it does win. It is the best one I've seen.
Yep.
How can you hug your enemy? Hug them only for a short amount of time. It doesn't have to be too close, but it should be genuine.
That is a very
That is
nice...
a beautiful...
Hug your enemies close.
Hug
your friends close.
Keep your enemies.
Hug your enemies
huggers.
faster. Hug your enemies faster. Caitlin is nodding.
Yes.
I don't.
That made sense.
Okay. I don't
know. And that's it for the community questions, but I'm going to ask our favorite one.
Okay.
This is actually really bad.
Interesting. Here we go.
What do I do if I shit my pants while hugging someone?
This is very... So we've gone through 3 sections.
Yeah.
Crush, first of all.
Yeah.
I think
Pretend you're wearing new cologne. Next.
Let's go with that. Yeah. Number 2, lover. Lover knows you better. Lover knows that you don't own new cologne.
You know what? I could shart while hugging my girlfriend.
Jesus
and she would just be like, let's never speak of this again. And also don't touch me for about a week. And I'd be like, cool, bye.
And that's true love in many ways.
That is true love.
That's true love.
Because you never know when the shart strikes.
We have some... I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. We do record these sometimes on a lunch hour at work. Do. So there are people about 6 feet away from us on another side of a somewhat thin wall who definitely heard
me just say
something about something shart strikes.
I would say I'm ashamed, but I'm part of a ship name that's Shartland. So I really don't care.
Okay. Now,
and
family members. Family.
It depends. If it's my brother, he's going to make fun of me. If it's my mom, she's going to take the most pity on me in the world and probably make me food.
Oh, so if you are looking for mom to make you a meal.
Just shit your pants while you hug her.
Because she'll be like, oh, well, it seems like your stomach's empty. So
exactly.
Let's fill it back up again.
Seems like you evacuated all the food and nutrients in your system.
Seems like that tank needs more fuel, huh? Huh, baby?
Oh my God.
There you go.
Amazing.
So really, no matter what, so either with a crush, you can play it off as cool new cologne, and they're like, wow, we're 11 years old. I didn't know cologne. I don't know what cologne is. And they're very impressed because you're an adult.
Exactly.
If it is a lover, then it is a true test. Of love and patience is kind and something. Something.
Don't shut yourself while you hug your partner.
And if it's family, it's variable, but you'll probably get free food out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think... most of all, we can recommend you should shit your pants.
You should. It is highly recommended. 88% of people agree.
How to not approve.
And I
think that's it for this week.
That is it for this week. I don't think we have any new reviews.
No. So if you go on iTunes, you leave a 5-star review, as well as potentially even a article that you want us to read, we will heavily think about it.
Yeah.
There's a word I'm looking for, but
we'll ponder.
Yeah, but we'll also give you a shout out for your review.
Yeah. And you can reach out to us at Twitter at How to Not Show. Rob is on there being
occasionally,
and I am there to just be a little shit.
Usually the use of it is while I'm editing or while I'm waiting for it to go up on the host. I will give little previews or mysterious things that are only funny to me. And not really to anyone else.
It's always so funny for me.
Because you know what I'm referring to in the episode. What was it last week? Just like the weird sign that had a long cat prophecy on it.
Oh my God, yeah.
And nobody knew what it was.
Like, what?
Exactly.
And I was like, excellent.
Mm-hmm. So that's it for this week.
That is it for this week. We will see you all next week with another one of these very helpful human guides. And I will beatbox us out. Hugs.